everybody, it's your girl Gingy here, and welcome to my channel, Ginger Books, or welcome back if you're a continuing watcher or subscriber. Today I'm bringing you another fun book tag from the Book Nut, a book lover's guide. This one is the Harry Potter spells tag, because I wanted to get something kind of magical since we're doing the magical readathon Aurelium this month for vlogs, so I figured we'll do something magical. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. So again, like I said, I have been taking these ideas from the Book Nut, a book lover's guide, which is a blog website, co-owned, whatever word I'm going to use, by Erin and Jenza. And this one is another one that Erin did, that was posted July 31st, 2017, the Harry Potter spells tag. Just a word of caution, I am going to mispronounce these spells. I already know. Going to try my best, but please don't come at me, because I know I'm going to get these wrong. Flag great. Writing Charm, a book you found interesting but would like to rewrite. This one I will have to say, and I don't have the book with me, I should have grabbed it off my shelf, but I am currently reading, and that is After by Anna Todd. I am surprisingly enjoying it, even though I kind of gave it a bad review. And I think it might be because I shouldn't have read it at the time I did. I think this book would have been really great if it was edited some more. And I mean by that is because there is so many mistakes in the book that I'm just shocked that a publisher would just go ahead and publish this. I understand it was on Wattpad originally, and it's supposed to be supposedly, and editing me can correct myself, that it's supposed to be a fanfic based off of Harry Styles. Which is fine, but I feel like some spelling errors are so blatantly obvious that they should have been corrected, and they weren't. And then there's also some interesting word choice in sentences. I don't understand. So that would be one that I would love to rewrite. Next one is Alamora, Unlocking Charm, our first book in the series that got you hooked. I will have to say, usually the first book has to hook me in, otherwise I will not continue the series. So I'm just picking one of them, and it is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare, which is the first book in the Mortal Instruments series in the Shadowhunter Chronicles. This instantly got me hooked. I loved Jason Clary from the get-go. Until I reread the book, and then that's where my thoughts started to happen with Clary. I think Clary is a great character. I think she pulls herself together, but in the first three and a half books, she is so whiny. So whiny. Enough said. I'm going to sing this is supposed to be Acacio or Acacio. Summoning Spell, a book that you wish you could have right now. The book that I wish that I could have right now, and I think the cover is released, if not, I can't show it to you. And that is the third book in the Crescent City series by Sarah J. Maas. I am so ready for that book, and I don't know if I can wait till January. Let's just say that. Like, I am impatiently waiting for that book. Avada Kedavra? Guessing that's how it's pronounced. Killing Curse, a killer book. Kingdom of the Wicked, by Carrie Maniscalco, which is the first installment of the Kingdom of the Wicked trilogy. A lot happens in this, and I don't know what it means by a killer book, like it slays your emotions, or a lot of, like, assassinations or something, a lot of death circling around in the book, but I think it has all of that, to be honest. I mean, yeah, anybody who's read the book would understand. Confundo, Confusion Charm, a book you found confusing. Why do I feel like these pages are out of order? So, a book I found confusing, and I meant to unbury it on my shelf, but I didn't. And that is Stephen King's The Shining. Don't ask me why I thought it was confusing, and I ended up DNFing it, and it might be just because I don't read a lot of adult psychological thriller or mysteries or anything like that, but I just couldn't get around the wording. Maybe I'm just dumb? I don't know. I just thought it was confusing the way the format is. I don't know. Maybe I need to give it a second chance, but we'll see. Expecto Patronum, the Guarding Spell, your spirit animal book. So, this is one of them that I relate to. I love these types of animals. So the reason why I picked Wicked Fox by Kat Cho is because she is technically a fox demon, Korean folklore. I love foxes. I think they're really cute. They're very smart, cunning, and sly. Some people don't like them, but I really enjoy them. And plus, they kind of fall in the canine family a little bit, I think. I could be wrong. And I love dogs, so. Sectum Sempra? Sorry, I really butchered that one. Dark Curse, a dark twisted book. So the recent one, dark twisted book that I have read and actually completed is, and this is actually an adult thriller, Platform 7 by Louise Doughty. I don't remember a whole lot of this other than it is a spirit that's trying to figure out what happened to them, as well as a woman who can see the ghost on the platform. That's all I remember. So Specto Patronum, again, I guess, a child book connected to good memories. So I had a couple to choose from, but I remember reading The Old Willis Place by Mary Downing Hahn. I remember really getting into, after The Ghost Sitter, getting into like supernatural mysteries. And so this was the next one that I absolutely fell in love with. This is supposed to, two children are trapped in an abandoned mansion, as you can tell, and a father and his daughter, which the daughter's the main character, go and live in the trailer on the property to take care of the estate and make sure people stay out of the old abandoned mansion. And so these two kids are stuck here. I guess the old lady spirit is also stuck on the property. It was just kind of a fun, really hold on. So it's just kind of like a nice heartwarming story of these kids finally being able to go to the light and move on. The next one, Expelliarmus, Disarming Spell, a book that took you by surprise. So this book took me by surprise because I thought I would love it, and I ended up DNFing it. And that is Seven Deadly Shadows by Courtney Alameda and Vaylin E. Matani. I'm sorry, I probably just butchered those names. I thought I would really love this because it was almost kind of like anime-inspired story retelling along with Japanese folklore. I feel like it wasn't executed well, and it really turned me off. And one of those things is that, you know, one thing that draws me in a lot is characters and how their relationships develop. And the love interest in here totally turned me off of the book just because it just was not developed well. Like, we get they were friends, but out of nowhere now they like each other. They're attracted to each other. Yeah. No. Prior Incantatum, Reverse Spell. The last book you read. So the last book I read was technically a nonfiction book, and that was The Unmentionables. I'm not going to go really in depth of what that book is about, but it's about the Victorian era and their viewpoint on a woman's body, women's care for their body, and reproduction, as well as manners of the home. So I'm not going to go too much into detail. I think you already kind of know what that book would have been about and their views and how they did things and their routines in the Victorian era. So if you want to check it out, again, it's The Unmentionables by Teresa O'Neill. It is a very great book, and she puts a nice satiric humor to it. So, Ridiculous, Bogart Banishing Spell, a funny book you've read. I will have to say Unmentionables by Teresa O'Neill because, again, she puts learning about history in a very satiric background and not viewpoint. I would say probably viewpoint, not background, but puts it into that frame. Frame, that's what I wanted. Now I'm not really starting to make sense. I'm so sorry, guys. My mind is like somewhere else right now. Sonorous Amplifying Charm, a book you think everyone should know about. I've actually got two. And it's more, you should know about this. You should know about this author, Carrie Maniscalco. Her Stalking Jack the Ripper series, and her Kingdom of the Wicked trilogy. Highly, highly recommend, and I feel like Carrie Maniscalco should have a lot more recognition, if I can spit the word out. Obliviate, Memory Charm, a book or spoiler you would like to forget having read in a good way. I wasn't spoiled about this, but then I spoiled myself because I wanted to know. And anybody who's read this book will know. House of Sky and Breath, Sarah J. Maas, I spoiled the ending for myself. Because I had to know if what I saw on Twitter and Instagram was true. So, yeah. I'm not going to say anything because it is a huge spoiler. So, Controlling Curse, a book you had to read for school. I forgot to grab this one. Hold on. Okay, so I grabbed a couple because I wanted to show what I read in high school and what I read in college. And I have a whole big shelf of all of the history books, literature, all of that I have read. So in high school, I took what it was called AP Literature and Language. So I read The Scarlet Letter for that by Nathaniel Hawthorne, and I also read Dracula by Bram Stoker. Do I remember any of it? No. In college, these were a couple of the books that I read. I had to read several, but these are just a couple examples. So I had to read Merchant of Venice by Shakespeare and The Cold War Exiles in Mexico, which was, can't remember what the class was called, but it was very fascinating, and it was like a seminar class, if I remember right. I had to take it before I could graduate college, but this is actually a very fascinating read. It's about the U.S., and it's by Rebecca M. Schreiber, U.S. Descendants and the Culture of Critical Resistance. This was about when a lot of Hollywood stars and big people were starting to get blacklisted and kind of exiled out of the country, and they ended up going to Mexico just because they thought they were communists. So, yeah, so they exiled to Mexico. Crucio, Torture Charm, a book that's painful to read. The whole Twilight series. I hate to say that because I hold special memories, but the whole Twilight series. It's painful for me now to read. Defendo, Serving Charm, a book you wish you could separate from its series. A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. I absolutely, hands down, this is one of my favorite books out of the whole Court of Thorns and Roses series. It's this one and A Court of Silver Flames. But if I had to, if we're just going with the OG trilogy and not the standalones or the novella, it would have to be this one. I think this was beautifully done. Not saying that the third book in the series wasn't, but it just was so beautifully done. There was so much angst and drama and so many plot twists, and it was great. Just hands down great. Or I guess this is not the last one, but Flippendo, Knock Back Jinx, a book that repels you. Because I'm reading after, and that kind of repelled me. Twilight series not so much because, I mean, I read it again. It doesn't like give me really bad vibes. I don't think I have one that repels me. Stupefy, Stunning Spell, a book that left you stunned, speechless. I would probably have to say, I really don't know how to answer this one because I've got two books in mind. After by Anna Todd, and I would have to say Seven Deadly Shadows. Left me speechless just because of, well, one, the writing, and then two, just how poorly the character development was going in the other. So, alright, so that is it. Thank you so much, guys, for sticking around and seeing picks. There is a couple of, you know, a few books, new books that I put on for a book tag, but I know I need to get to some reading because there's a lot of books I can't use because I have not read them yet, which is probably everybody else's problem, so, just like mine. So, I struggle with that. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you like what you saw. If you would like to stick around, if you happen to stumble upon this video, hit that subscribe button and that bell notification so you are notified. My schedule is tentative, but I usually post Tuesdays and Thursdays. I hope everybody has a great start to their week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!